So today we talk about group policies. Okay, so we'll start with the very basics and then we'll go for advanced and then we'll go for expert level. Okay, so let's start with the group policies first. So if we talk about the group policies, if you just give me a minute, I'll just minimize this 20 is okay with me and remove it. Okay, we'll go for group. Just wait. Group policies. If we talk about the group policies is mostly used for, or you can say that if you talk about the group policy is mostly used for controlling the user accounts or controlling the AD objects. Okay, it allows administrator to control the AD objects. Okay, as you can say that the simple definition you go for what is group policy or what is group policies. Okay, you can go for what is group policy. So group policy is used to control and manage AD objects. Now AD objects, talk about the objects or objects in there is two objects through which we can implement through which we can control with group policies. Number one is user account. Okay, users account, and we'll talk about computer accounts or computers account. Okay, so with the help of group policies we can control two objects, users and computers. Remember always things that we have two types of security, means two types of security provided by Azure Active Directory. Okay, if we talk about the two types of security, one is group policy and second is permissions. We applying permissions on the files and folders. We're not applying permissions on users and computers. Okay, but we apply the permissions on files and folders. Okay, like imagine if I have three users. Okay, U1, U2, U3, and we have one file name is file1. If I need to implement the permissions on the file, that okay, U1 is not able to access the file, but U2 and U3 is able to access the file, so we need permissions. But yes, if I need to control the user accounts settings, like imagine I want that once user 1 is able to log in their profile, or once user 1 is logged in the system on the client system, he is not able to access the run command, or he is not able to shut down my system, or he is not able to open the control panel. He is not able to uninstall the softwares. He is not able to install the softwares. Okay, so this is what we have. So group, with the help of group policies, we can control and manage AD objects like user accounts and computer accounts. Okay, now we can implement group policies through, we can say that second point is we can apply group policy through OU and sites. Remember these things. Okay, we can apply group policy through OU and sites. Okay, so if I need to apply the policy on user and computer, so what we need at least one OU or one site. Okay, on that we can apply the policies. Okay, so through OU and site we can apply the policies on users and computers accounts. Remember these things. Okay, so like if I have 10 users, imagine I have 10 users in my network. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so we'll talk about the OUs and sites. So if like imagine I have 10 user accounts, I need to implement same policy on those 10 users. So what I need, first I need to create the OU. I need to move all the users in the OU, and then I implement the policy on the OU. So once I implement the policy on the OU, it's automatically inheritance. It's automatically applied to all the users in the OU. It doesn't matter in OU I have 10 users or 100 users or 1000 users. Okay, fine. So like this. So with the help of OU and sites, we can apply the group policies on user accounts and computer accounts. Understood? I hope you're able to understand this till now. So now next we need to understand is that now we talk about the group policies. So group policy has some tools also. Like if I talk about the policy group policy tools. Okay, tools and consoles, you can say that. Okay, fine. Now we have some tools and consoles. So number one we call is known as number one we call as GPMC. GPMC means known as Group Policy Management Console. The console name is Group Policy Management Console, through which we can implement, or we can through which we can manage our group policies. Okay, through which we can managing our policies. Number second, the tool name is GPME, is Group Policy Management Editor. Okay, the second tool is known as Group Policy Management Editor. With the help of this tool, we can modify the policies. Okay, to modify the policy. To modify the policy. Okay, over there to manage the policies. Okay, understood. So we have these two tools. It's a major tools, as you can say that. Group Policy Management Console and Group Policy Management Editor. We have two kinds of tools. Okay. Now, if we talk about the other things in that, now after that we talk about the tools. This is the console. These are the two consoles we have: Group Policy Management Console and Group Policy Management Editor. Okay. Now we have some configurations also. Like if you talk about, like once you are creating the group policy, okay, you have two types of configurations. Okay, we can apply policies on two types, as you can see that user accounts and computer accounts. So we have two types of configuration also. Okay, or you can say that there are two major divisions of policy settings. There are two major divisions of policy. Okay, so number one, we'll talk about its user configuration, and number second we have computer configuration. Okay, fine. So we'll go for user configuration, and second one is computer configuration. Okay, so there are two major divisions of policies. Divisions, or you can say there are two types of policy settings: user configuration and computer configuration. So if I need to apply the policies on users, so we can use user configuration. Okay, and if I need to apply the policies on computers, so we can use computer configuration. So remember these things. Okay, we always understand that we have two kinds of settings, or two kinds of settings divisions in the policy. One is user configuration, second is computer configuration. Okay, fine. So like this. Now if we talk about the group policies, so group by default, once you create or once you install servers in a particular system, or in a particular virtual machine. Okay, so once you install the servers, so by default in servers, when it works in workgroup, okay, by default that in that servers local group policy is working. Okay, then we can call it short form as LPO, local policies. Okay, so if we talk about the LPO, local policies, or local policies objects, the full form is local policy object. Local policy object. Okay, fine. So once you install the system, or once you install a server OS in a particular system, whether it is a virtual server or you have a physical server, okay, by default local policies are running. Local policies are working by default in the server. Okay, now next we have GPO, that is known as group policy object. Group policy object. So once I configure my server as a domain controller, so like you guys, you can see that I have a domain controller like this. So this is my domain controller. Okay, and this is the server. So if I go for login this server, So as you can see that this is my domain name xyz.com and the IP address is 10.1.1.1 and this is the DC. This is my domain controller. So once I convert my server as domain controller, so what happens? We have a group policies after that. Okay, so what happens? Group policies override the local policies in that case. Okay, remember these things. Once I when I install the operating install server OS in a particular system or in a particular virtual machine or a physical server, by default local policy is working. Okay, once I promote that server as domain controller, so what happened in that case? Group policies are override the local policies. After becoming a domain controller, local policy is not working in that case. We have a local policy, yes, we can access the local policy, but the policies are not working by default once your server becoming a domain controller. Okay, in that case group policies are working in that case. Okay, so we have two types of group policies: local policies and group policies. Local policies are running in workgroup and group policies are running in domain network. Remember these things. Okay, fine. Now next we need to understand is that we have so many things in one policy. Once I create the policy, okay, like imagine I have a console over there, group policy management console, which I already told you. Okay, group policy management console. So once I open group policy management console, once I'm going to create the policy, so over there we have so many settings. Number one, we have user configuration and computer configuration. So in user configuration, with the help of user configuration, we can apply the policies on the users, or with the help of computer configuration, we can apply the policies on computers. Okay, now next we have other things also, like if I open another paint. Okay, so I open my another paint, a new paint. Okay, let's decrease the font size. Okay, now we'll go for the third thing we need to understand is, we already understand the two things: user configuration, computer configuration. Now we talk about the settings. So in group policy we have software settings option also is there. Software settings node, we have a software settings node over there. Now with the help of software settings, okay, we can you can say that we can consider that which application is going to install in my network, or which application is not going to install in my application. Okay, or like imagine that I want that user is not able to access install any applications or any softwares in my network. Okay, so we can deny or allow the softwares also in this settings node. Okay, so in this settings we can deny and allow the softwares. Like imagine I want that user 1 to user 10, I have 10 users. I want that these 10 users are not able to install the softwares in my domain network, so we can go for that. And or I want that these 10 users are not able to access any softwares in my domain network, so we can go for that also. Okay, fine. Now next we have a Windows settings node also. Windows settings node, we have a Windows settings node also. In Windows settings node we can configure the Windows settings, we can configure the scripts. Okay, we can configure the security settings. Okay, so like if you want to if you want to run some scripts, if you want to run some Windows settings, like you want to go for that, like you want to configure the control panel, you want to restrict the control panel. Okay, like this. Okay, you want to apply the wallpapers. Okay, so we have all those things we have. Okay, and we have a security settings also, that you deny, allow logon locally, you can allow logon locally, and all those stuffs I have there. Okay, so with the help of Windows settings node, we can apply the Windows settings scripts and security settings on the user accounts and computer accounts. Okay, now we have I already told you we have a script mode also in that. After that, scripts node, and with the help of scripts node we can apply the scripts on user accounts and computer accounts. Like imagine that I want that I have some finance users is running. I want that once any finance user is log on, okay, the calculator is automatically open. So we can use script node for that. We can run the scripts. Okay, fine. Like this. Now after that we have a administrative node, templates node, administrative templates node, administrative template node. So in that you can say that we can implement so many things. We can we can edit the registry, we can apply the registry settings. Okay, we can apply, you can say that we can apply the other settings also, like we can apply the map drives. We can go for preference. Okay, we can go for map drives. You can go for printers. Okay, if you deploy the printers, you can go for that. Okay, fine. So this is the thing we have. So these are the some nodes we have. Okay, now we talk about the tools. So we have a group policy GPO tools. So in tools we have some tools which is running. Okay, so number one is, so it's not tools, you can say it's a commands. Okay, so number one we have a GPO, number one we have a GP edit, or sorry, GP update. GP update is also a command. Okay, by default, like once you create the policy, by default the policy is automatically, the policy is refreshed after 120 minutes. Okay, it's a by default time. Okay, once you deploy the policy, it deployed after 120 minutes. Okay, but if you want to update the policy right now, okay, so you have the option GP update, or we have the another command is known as GP update slash force. This is the command. Okay, if you want to apply the policy forcefully right now, okay, so it's apply immediately. Okay, so we can use, by default your policy apply time is 120 minutes. Okay, it's a maximum time 120 minutes, means 90 to 120 minutes. Okay, and we have other commands also. We have one command is also known as GP result. GP result is also, I'm sorry, spelling result, GP. Okay, so GP result is a command line tool. Okay, it's a command CLI command. Okay, through which if I need to check the group policy results, whether it's applying or not, or whether how many policies are applying, or in the policy, in one policy we have so many settings. We have so many things. Like if we talk about, if in one policy we have 65,000 settings, something around that much settings. Okay, so you can create one policy and you can apply so many settings in one policy. Okay, like I told you that if I need to apply, or if I want that user is not able to access the run command, user is not able to switch off my system. Okay, user is not able to access the control panel. So these are the settings already in the group policies. By default all settings are not configured. We need to configure the settings only. We have 2 or 3 options: not configured, enabled, disabled. Okay, so if you want to, by default all the settings are not configured. If you want to apply some settings, you need to just create one policy and open that policy. Okay, so in that we have all the settings are there, so you need to enable the settings only, that's it. Okay, by default all the settings are not configured. Okay, so this is the things we have. Fine, so these are the 3 tools, you can see that here are the 3 commands. These are not tools, it's exactly, it's a commands. GP update space slash force, GP result, these all are commands. Okay, so GP update is for updating the policy, GP update is for force, is for forcefully update the policy, and GP result, through GP result we can check which settings are applied. Okay, fine. Now let's see once. Okay, so if okay, one thing I also told you in this, that once you create domain controllers, okay, once you create domain controllers, or once you promote your server as a domain controller, so in that domain controller by default 2 policies are automatically created. Okay, 2 group policies are automatically created by default. So by default 2 policies are automatically created. Okay, number 1 is known as default domain policy. Okay, and number 2 is known as default domain controller policy. Okay, so we have 2 types of policies which is automatically created. Okay, once you create the domain controller, number 1 is default domain policy, number 2 is default domain controller policy. Okay, fine, we'll see this also in details. Okay, so I just give you the overview right now. What is default domain policy? Default domain policy is a default policy. If I edit default domain policy, it's apply all the domain network, okay, which is running right now. Like imagine if I have 2 domain networks, parent domain network and child domain network. So if I modify my parent domain network policy, okay, so it means that that policy is applied on the present domain network, okay, which I am running right now. Okay, every domain network has these two policies different. These two policies in every domain network, these two policies are created. Okay, fine. So default domain policy applies on the whole domain network, and default domain controller policies are apply only the domain controllers. It's not apply on all the on the full network. No, it's apply only the domain controllers. Okay, fine. Now I'll showing you. Let's see. Let's go for the some practical. So I'll open my server once. It's already open. It's logged. So I go for the simple. Give the password. Now, as you can see that we have a server 2009 data center. My domain name is xyz.com. IP address is 10.1.1.1, and we have a domain controller 1. So this domain controller name is DC01. Okay. Now, what I need to do, I need to first open my group policy management console. Okay. So I already told you that, see, with if I need to manage my my policy, so where I need to go, I need to go there, group policy management console. Okay. So let's go for that first. So I'll go for the servers. Okay, and now let's go for that now. If I need to open the group policy management console, so we have two options. Either I go to start and we'll go for administrative tools, Windows administrative tools. Over there we have the option group policy management console. This is the option we have through which we can manage the group policies. Okay, or either I go for through command. So we have the option, we have the command is gpmc.msc. Okay, this is the command to open group policy management console. Okay, before I open group policy management console, I'll showing you how we can open local policies. Okay, the command is gpedit and enter it, gpedit.msc maybe. Yeah, this is the command. So once I try showing you, we have a local policies also. Okay, but right now the local policy is not working, or it's not applying. Why? Because my server is becoming a domain controller right now. Okay, so we are not able to use local policies. Okay, here it is. You can see that the local group policy editor is there. Okay, so in local group policy also we have two things: computer configuration and user configuration, on which you want to apply the policies. Okay, on users or on computers. You can go for that like this. Okay, this is the local group policy editor. So by default it's not working. It's working, okay, but right now I'm using the domain my server is the domain controller, so group policies are override on the local policies right now. Okay, now we'll open the group policies. The command is gpmc.msc. gpedit to open the local policies, gpmc.msc to open the group policies. Now enter it. Now as you can see that group policy management is there. Now if I expand this forest, my forest name is xyz.com, and the domain name is, I have xyz.com. We have a domain, I need to expand it. We have a xyz.com, xyz.com domain name. If I expand it, okay, so we have, as you can see that we have two policies which is automatically created. One is default domain policy. I already told you it is automatically created. Okay, and we have a, in domain controllers, if you expand the domain controllers, we have a default domain controller policies also, which is automatically created. Okay, so this policy are apply only on domain controllers, and this policy are apply to all the domain in the domain network. Okay, fine, which you are currently working. So right now I'm working xyz.com. My domain name is xyz.com. So this policy I apply on xyz.com. So if I added anything in this policy, it's applied to all the user accounts, all the computer accounts. Okay, fine. So just right click on that. You can right click on that, click on edit over there. Okay, so we have this. Now I'm not editing this, just wait. I just create a new policy. I'm showing you how we can create a policy. Okay, so just right click on this, your domain name xyz.com, and we have the option create a GPO in this domain. Okay, and link it here. Okay, we have the option create a GPO in this domain. So click on this. Now they ask you name the policy. Okay, the policy name. Okay, so we'll go for, this is the policy 1. This is a policy one. I'm not using any starter GPU right now. We'll discuss later also what is starter GPU. A simple click on OK. Now we have a policy one over there. Policy one is also apply on full domain network xyz.com. As you can see that the location is xyz.com and it's applied to xyz.com by default. Okay, fine. Now if I right click on this policy one and click on edit, so now as you can see that we have a group policy management editor is open automatically. We have two consoles. With the help of group policy management console, we can create and delete and manage the policies. With the help of group policy management editor, we are going to edit the policies. Now we have the two options: computer configuration and user configuration. So once you click on computer configuration, we have the options. Just click on policies. We have all the options: software settings, window settings, and administrative templates, which I already told you. Okay. So if you apply any if you want to apply the policies on software settings, software installation, so you can go for that. Okay. If you want to apply the policies on Windows settings, so we have all the Windows settings also. Okay. Before you can apply the policy, you need to choose on which you want to apply the policies, on computers, on users. Okay, so right now if you want to apply the policies on computers, we can use computer configuration. But if you want to apply the policies on user configuration, so we can go on user configuration in that case. So in Windows settings, we have all the options. You can say deploy printers, security settings, all those things are there. Now in administrative templates, we expanded. You have the option control panel, network, printer, server, start menu, and taskbar. Okay, if you want to apply anything, like if you want to apply the policy on control panel, so just expand the control panel. Okay, or just click on control panel over there. Okay, or we can click on personalization, so we have the options are there. Okay, regional languages options are there. Okay, user accounts options are there. Okay, so these are the computer configuration options. Okay, once I go to the user configuration, I click on policies. Same, we have three options: software settings, window settings, and administrative templates. Okay, options are same, but settings have changed. As you can see that, like in Windows settings, we have some folder redirection is also is there. Oh, in the computer configuration, there is no folder redirection. You can see that there is no folder redirection in computer configuration Windows settings, but in user configuration Windows settings, folder redirection is there. Okay, so these are the changes. Some settings have changed. Okay, now if you go for the administrative templates, expand this. You have the all options are there. Control panel. Just click on control panel. So we have options are there. Like if you go to there, like add or remove programs. Okay, if you want to hide, add new programs. If you want to protect the user that he's not able to he's not able to add or remove the programs in my system, you can go for that. Okay, now we have the desktop option is also there. Desktop means if you double click on desktop, so you can define or disable the active desktop. You can provide the changes. You can deploy the wallpapers. Okay, means once you deploy the wallpapers, the user is not able to change the wallpapers. Okay, you can disable all the items on desktops. He's not able to access the desktop, as you can see that. Okay, so we have so many things, so many settings are there. Okay, now we have the preferences options also there. So once you click on preferences, so in preferences we have Windows settings. Just go to Windows settings. We have applications, drive maps. If you want to map the drives, if you want to create the folders. Okay, if you want to create the share folders. Okay, you want to modify the registry. Okay, and in control settings we have the control set panel settings also. Like in this we have deploy the printers. As you can see that deploy the printers. Okay, you can define the devices. Okay, you can define the folder options. Okay, so many things are there, as you can see that in preferences also. Okay, so these are the policies we are using. So many settings are there in one policy. So I'm creating only one policy, and you can see that so many settings are there. Okay, so now right now what happens if I edit any settings? Like imagine what happens. Like now we'll apply one settings on the user account. So like if I go to policies, go to administrative tools. Over there we have the start menu and taskbar option is there. Okay, let's click on standard. Let's shift to there. Now we have the option. Just check, go there, remove run from start menu. I apply this policy. It's the remove run from start menu. Where is remove run from start menu? Okay, just go bigger ones. It is remove run. Need to check it once. add run. Here this option is a remove run also. Need to check again. Here it is. Remove run from start menu. Okay, I want that the users are not able to access the run command. Okay, now what happens in that case? Now, as you can see that we'll find this. So now this policy, like, okay, first I need to enable the settings. Okay, so just right click on that, click on edit. Okay, I just click on enable the settings. By default, as you can see that it's not configured, so I enable the settings and click on apply and okay. That's it. Okay, the setting is enabled. Now what happens in that case? This policy is apply on xyz.com, the full domain. So like imagine if I have 100 users in this domain, so these settings are apply all the domain network. Okay, even administrator also these settings are apply. Like I'll showing you, like if I close this and if I try to go for GP update /force, this is the command to refresh the policy. So as you can see, it is updating the policy. Okay, by default it takes 90 to 120 minutes. I already told you, but if you want to go to apply the policy immediately, then you can go for GP update /force command. It's computer policy. Okay, it's applying now. If I click on run, so as you can see that the operation has been cancelled due to restriction effect of the computer. Please contact the system administrator. Now what happens? Even my administrators are also impacted. Why? Because my administrator also running in the same domain xyz.com. Right? Okay. So now, like imagine if I have 100 users which is running in xyz.com. So all users are impacted on this particular run policy. Why? Because I apply this policy to all my domain network. Okay, so that's why we're not applying policy like this. What we can do, we can first create the OU and we can add the users on which I need to apply the policy. Understood? Like imagine if I go to start and I go to admin tools and over there we have the option activate user and computers. Now what I do, I have a IT OU which we already created. Okay, so like we have some users also. So like imagine that I just move this first on the users. I need to add some users. Like I go to users and we have all the users also. I add U1, U2, U3, U4, all the users in ITOU. Okay. So now you can see that in ITOU we have 7 users. U1, U2, U3, U4, U5, U6, U7. Okay, till 7 we have the users. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I want to apply the same policy on these 7 users. Only the 7 users. I don't want to apply the same policies on my administrators and all the users in the domain. No, I want to apply the policies on the 7 users only. Okay, so what I do, I close it. I open once again the group policy management console. Now this time I link this policy on the OU only. Okay, so like you can see that my policy is applying by default in all the domains. So I don't want to do this. So I just right click on that, click on delete link. Okay, yes. Now you can see that my policies are not there. They're showing me in the group policy objects. As you can see that the policy is there, but it's not applying anywhere right now. Okay, now you can see that I have a ITOU. Just right click on the ITOU. Right click on that. We have the option link an existing GPO. Okay, now I want to link my group policy on ITOU only. Policy 1, click on OK. Now you can see that. Now if you can see that if I click on policy 1, so the link is applying only the ITOU. Previously it's showing you full xy.com, but now it's only the location is ITOU only. Okay, now I go for open the CMD over there. And I'm going to apply the policy. I open the command prompt because I'm not able to use run because still the policy is applied. So I go for GP update /force and enter it. So now you can see that updating policy. Computer policy update has completed successfully. Okay, so it's updating the user policy and computer policies. Both are updated successfully. Click on exit. Okay, now check. If I start run, so see, you can say that. Now I'm able to use run because I'm the administrator. Because I'm not a part of the OU, that's why I'm able to use run. But if I log in with the user one, okay, so user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, user 5, user 6, user 7, all the users are not able to access run in that case. So like this how we can apply, okay, like this how we can apply the policies on a particular users or a full domain network. Understood? Fine. So like this, as you can see that like this we can apply the policies. Okay, so in this lecture, I'll give you only the basic things. I'll give you the overview, what is group policies in Server 2019. Okay, so that's it for this session, guys. Thank you for watching.